Welcome, my dear students in Prep 2. Today we have the last lesson in factorization. This lesson is about factorizing by completing the square. We studied before the perfect square trinomial. In this session, we have a part of the perfect square trinomial, and we will complete this part to make a perfect square trinomial, and then we can factorize the expression. Here, for example, factorize each of the following. We have x to the power 4 plus 4y to the power 4. X to the power 4 is a perfect square. We said before that if the power is even, then this is a perfect square. 4y power 4 is a perfect square. The square root of 4 is 2. And y power 4, this power is an even power, so this is a perfect square. But here we have addition sign, plus. Okay, we have a rule if we have a difference between two squares, but we don't have a rule if we have a summation of two squares. So I'll complete this binomial to be a perfect square trinomial. In this case, here we have a perfect square and positive, so this is the first term. 4y power 4 is a perfect square and positive, so this is the third term. So the missing term here is the middle term. Okay, the middle term should be 2 times root first times root third, so it will be 2 times root x power 4 is x power 2, and root 4y power 4 is 2y power 2. So the middle term should be 4 y power 2 x power 2. Okay, and as you can notice, 4x power 2 y power 2 also is a perfect square. Okay, so I'll add 4x power 2 y power 2. But if I add any term, it means that I'm changing this problem. So I subtract it also. So I'll add it and subtract it. In this case, I just add 0. So this problem is as it was and without any change. So I'll add 4x power 2 y power 2, and also I'll subtract it. Okay, so now x power 4 plus 4 y power 4 plus 4x power 2 y power 2, and then minus 4x power 2 y power 2. And as you can notice also, this is also a perfect square. Okay, so this part is a perfect square trinomial, but here, if you want to arrange it, it's okay. Here we have, this is the first term. Okay, this is the first term, this is the the second term, and this is the third term. Okay, this is a perfect square trinomial. Okay, we studied before how to factorize a perfect square trinomial. We said to factorize a perfect square trinomial, I'll take the square, the square root of the first, the sign of the middle, then the square root of the third, then all power 2. So it will be the first term, I'll take the square root, so x power 4 will be x power 2, then I'll take the sign of the middle plus, then the sign of the middle, this is the middle term, the sign of the middle plus, then I'll take the square root of the third term, which is 2y power 2, then all power 2. But don't forget, here we have minus 4x power 2y. Now we have two terms. This term is a perfect square, and also this term is a perfect square. So now, what is this sign? Minus. So now I have a difference between two squares. Okay, a difference between two squares, and we was studied before that the difference between two squares can be factorized as summation of the quantities times the difference of the quantities. So the first quantity here is x power 2 plus 2y power 2. I'll take the root. I'll take the root of this term, so we don't have now y power 2. Okay, so the root of the first term will be x power 2 plus 2y power 2. Then I'll take the root of this term also, it will be 2xy. Okay, now we have x power 2 plus 2y power 2 plus 2xy. Then the difference the same, but I'll change this sign into into negative sign. So x power 2 plus 2y power 2 minus 2xy. Okay, also you can arrange this. Start with x power 2, then x, then the constant or the absolute term without x. Okay, so now we have factorized x power 4 plus 4y power 4 into x power 2 plus 2xy plus 2y power 2 times x power 2 minus 2xy plus 2y power 2. Okay, this is the method of completing the square. Let's take another exercise. Okay, here we have trinomial. The first term here is 9a power 4. 9 is a perfect square, and also a power 4 is a perfect square. The third term, and positive, yes. The third term is positive and a perfect square. We have 4b power 4. 4 is a perfect square. The square root of 4 is 2. And b power 4 also a perfect square because the power is even number. Okay, let's calculate the middle term. The middle term here, negative 13 a power 2 b power 2. Okay, the middle term should be what? The middle term should be 2 times root first times root third. So it will be here 2 times root the first. The first term here is 9a power 4. So the root will be 3 and a power 2. Okay. Okay. Multiplied by root 4 power 4, it will be 4b power 4, it will be 2b power 2. It will be 2b power 2. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12. So the middle term should be 12a power 2 b power 2. But here we have negative 13, a power 2 b power 2. So I'll change it. I should add a term here to make this term 12a power 2 b power 2. Okay, so what is this term? I have 13 a power 2 b power 2. I want it to be 12 a power 2 b power 2. So I here negative 13. So I'll add a power 2 b power 2. I'll add a power 2 b power 2 and subtract also a power 2 b power 2 because I don't want to change this problem. Okay. Let's see. Here we have 9 a power 4 minus 13 a power 2 b power 2 plus a power 2 b power 2 plus 4. This term is 12. Okay, negative 12 a power 2 b power 2. So I have here perfect square trinomial. And here I have minus a power 2 b power 2. This term, the perfect square trinomial, I can factorize it by taking the square root of the first, the sign of the middle, this is the sign of the middle, the square root of the third, then all power 2. So this term will be 3a power 2, the sign of the middle minus 2b power 2, then all power 2. But I still have minus a power 2b power 2, and I can notice now I have difference between two squares. This is a perfect square and this is a perfect square. So I'll use the rule of factorizing the difference between two squares. I have here 3a power 2 minus 2b power 2, then I'll take the root here plus ab, and the difference 3a power 2 minus 2b power 2, but this time minus ab. Okay, now I can arrange it and I'll notice that this term, this trinomial, and this trinomial can be factorized again. You can revise lesson 1 and 2 or part 1 and 2 in factorization, or this is part 2. We can factorize this trinomial in case that the coefficient of x power 2 doesn't equal 1. You can revise part 2, then you can factorize the two terms again. This term will be 3a minus 2b, and this times a plus b, and this term will be 3a plus 2b times a minus b. Okay, now I have factorized this expression using the completing square method. Okay, I hope you have understand our session today. That's all about our session. Next, we will study how to solve quadratic equation in one variable. Thank you very much for watching. See you next session. Goodbye.